Admiral James Blackwood stood at the bridge of the UES Thunderchild, watching the massive Arcturian vessel approach through Neptune's orbit. After centuries of wondering if we were alone in the universe, humanity had its answer. The alien ship's bioorganic architecture pulsed with internal light, its crystalline spires reflecting the distant sun. "They're hailing us, Admiral," Lieutenant Rodriguez announced, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "Open channel." The view screen flickered to life, revealing High Commander Xylith of the Arcturian Empire. Their insectoid features might have been unsettling if Blackwood hadn't spent months preparing for this moment. Multiple compound eyes studied him while mandibles clicked in what the translation software suggested was a greeting gesture. "Greetings, humans of Earth. We come seeking peaceful exchange of knowledge and technology." Blackwood maintained his diplomatic composure, though something in the alien's tone set off warning bells. "Welcome to the Sol System, High Commander. We're honored to dash." "Admiral." Rodriguez's voice cut through the exchange. Multiple ships decloaking around Saturn's rings. Before Blackwood could respond, the Arcturian's mandibles curved into what could only be described as a predatory smile. "Your species shows promise, Admiral. The Empire requires new vassals with potential. Surrender now, and your people will be treated well under our protection." Blackwood's jaw tightened. Humanity had suspected this might happen, it's why they'd kept their true military capabilities hidden. "I'm afraid I'll have to decline your generous offer, Commander." The Arcturian's laughter rattled through the translator. "Your single ship against our fleet. Your species' pride will be its downfall." "Pride?" Blackwood allowed himself a small smile. "No, Commander. Experience. Humanity spent millennia fighting itself before reaching the stars. We learned to never reveal all our cards at once." With practiced precision, Blackwood activated his neural link to the ship's AI. "Thunder, initiate Protocol Omega. Authorization Blackwood 7 Delta 9. The bridge erupted into action as hidden weapon systems came online. Panels shifted across the Thunderchild's hull, revealing rows of electromagnetic mass drivers, technology the Arcturians had dismissed as primitive during their initial scans. "What is this?" Xylith demanded, compound eyes widening as new sensor data reached them. "This, Commander, is humanity's response to threats against our sovereignty. You assumed we'd follow the same technological path as your empire. That assumption will cost you dearly." The Thunderchild's first volley demonstrated why humanity had never abandoned kinetic weapons. Tungsten rods, accelerated to near-relativistic speeds, tore through the Arcturian flagship's bioshields like paper. Their defensive systems, calibrated for energy weapons and plasma, proved useless against good old-fashioned metal moving very, very fast. "All ships, execute Battle Plan Delta," Blackwood commanded. From behind Jupiter's massive bulk, Earth's true defense fleet emerged, dozens of warships, each bristling with weaponry that married humanity's ancient warfare expertise with cutting-edge technology. As chaos erupted across space, Blackwood transmitted one final message to the rapidly retreating Arcturian commander: "Let this be humanity's introduction to the galaxy, Commander. We come in peace, but we're always ready for war." The battle that followed would become known as the Neptune Incident, marking humanity's explosive entrance onto the galactic stage. The Arcturians had expected to find another primitive species to subjugate. Instead, they discovered that humanity's apparent technological gaps were carefully calculated choices, backed by thousands of years of warfare experience. As reports flooded in of Arcturian ships either retreating or surrendering, Blackwood knew this was just the beginning. The galaxy would soon learn that humanity's strength lay not in blind technological advancement, but in their ability to innovate, adapt, and overcome. "Orders, Admiral?" Rodriguez asked, her station displaying the retreating enemy signatures. "Contact Earth Command. Tell them Operation First Light was successful. And Lieutenant? Add a note to the report, we're going to need more ships." 3 months after the Neptune incident, Commander Elena Reyes watched the holographic display aboard the UES Basilisk as it approached the Arcturian border station. Intelligence suggested the Empire was gathering a massive fleet for a counterattack against Earth. They couldn't let that happen. Stealth systems holding steady, reported Lieutenant Wei from Tactical. Their sensors still read us as a civilian trading vessel. The Basilisk represented humanity's next evolution in warship design. Its quantum camouflage could mimic any ship signature, while its hull contained a revolutionary composite that absorbed virtually all scan attempts. But its true breakthrough lay in its weapon systems. Status on the gravity lance? Reyes asked, eyes fixed on the massive bioorganic structure ahead. Charged and ready, Commander. Though I still can't believe we weaponized a black hole. Reyes allowed herself a grim smile. When the Arcturians had shared their faster-than-light technology during first contact, they'd unknowingly given humanity the key to creating microsingularities. What they'd intended as a gesture of supposed friendship became the foundation for Earth's most devastating weapon. Multiple contacts emerging from hyperspace, Wei announced. Arcturian dreadnoughts. Looks like our intel was correct, they're assembling their invasion fleet. Reyes activated the ship-wide comm, all hands, battle stations. Remember, we only get one shot at this. The Basilisk's presence in enemy territory was a calculated risk. After the Neptune incident, the Arcturians would expect a direct confrontation. Instead, humanity would demonstrate another ancient principle of warfare: strike at the enemy's supply lines. Begin primary attack sequence, Reyes ordered. Disable our camouflage on my mark. The gravity lance powered up, its massive accelerator rings creating a cascade of microsingularities. Each one was microscopic and would exist for mere seconds, but their combined gravitational force could tear apart any known material. 3, 2, 1, mark. The Basilisk shed its civilian disguise like a snake shedding its skin. Before the Arcturian station could raise its shields, the gravity lance fired. A beam of compressed spacetime struck the station's central hub, creating a chain reaction of localized gravitational distortions. Direct hit. Wei reported. Station superstructure is breaking apart. The massive border station began to collapse in on itself, its bioorganic materials unable to resist the artificial gravity wells. More importantly, its quantum communications array, vital for coordinating the invasion fleet, was destroyed. Multiple enemy ships on intercept course, Wei announced. They're launching fighters. Deploy the drone swarm. Thousands of microscopic drones poured from the Basilisk's launch tubes. Another human innovation, autonomous weapons that could bypass shields by being too small to detect. The swarm descended on the approaching Arcturian fighters like a cloud of metallic locusts, their quantum-edged blades slicing through hull plating. Commander, the station's antimatter fuel pods are reaching critical mass. All hands, brace for emergency jump. Reyes ordered. Navigation, get us out of here. The Basilisk's jump drive engaged just as the station exploded, the antimatter reaction creating a blast that vaporized several pursuing Arcturian ships. As they entered hyperspace, Reyes transmitted their success to Earth Command using quantum-entangled communications, yet another technology the Arcturians had dismissed as theoretically impossible. In the safety of hyperspace, Reyes reviewed the battle footage. The destruction of the border station would delay the Arcturian invasion by months, giving Earth vital time to prepare. More importantly, it showed that humanity could strike anywhere, at any time. Message from Fleet Admiral Blackwood, Wei reported. Operation Severed Head is a success. All other strike teams report similar victories across Arcturian space. Reyes nodded. While her team had destroyed the border station, other stealth ships had struck shipyards, supply depots, and command centers across the Empire. The Arcturians had intended to teach humanity its place in the galaxy. Instead, they were learning a harsh lesson about underestimating their supposed inferiors. Set course for Rendezvous Point Delta, she ordered. And send a message to command, request permission to begin Phase 3. As the Basilisk cruised through hyperspace, Reyes studied the tactical display showing known Arcturian territory. The Empire had spent millennia expanding through diplomacy and subtle coercion. They'd forgotten the art of real warfare. Humanity would remind them, one precision strike at a time. The space around Proxima Centauri blazed with weapons fire as Captain Marcus Chen watched the largest battle in human history unfold. The UES Hyperion's quantum sensors tracked thousands of ships locked in combat, the combined might of the Arcturian Empire against Earth's rapidly expanding fleet. Multiple biosignatures detected, his AI tactical officer, Arya, reported. The Arcturians are deploying their new living weapons. Through the view screen, Chen watched massive organic constructs emerge from the enemy fleet. Each one resembled a cosmic jellyfish, trailing tentacles of pure energy capable of shredding battleships. The Arcturians had engineered them specifically to counter human kinetic weapons. They've adapted faster than expected, Chen muttered. Arya, activate the phase shields. All ships, execute Formation Hydra. The human fleet split into smaller battle groups, a tactic that would have seemed suicidal against such massive opponents. But as the organic weapons approached, Chen revealed humanity's latest innovation. Deploy quantum mines. Thousands of microscopic devices activated, each one creating a localized bubble where the laws of physics could be temporarily rewritten. The organic weapons flew straight into these bubbles, their energy tentacles collapsing as fundamental forces shifted unpredictably. Enemy flagship detected, Arya announced. High Admiral Zyx Thal is personally leading their forces. Chen's expression hardened. The same admiral who had orchestrated the failed invasion of Earth now sought to destroy humanity's first extrasolar colony. Launch the Nemesis Protocol. Deep within the Hyperion's hold, special weapons developed by Earth's quantum engineers activated. If the Arcturians could create living weapons, humanity would respond with artificial intelligences purpose-built for space combat. Swarms of autonomous fighters emerged, each controlled by an AI that could think and react thousands of times faster than organic pilots. They engaged the Arcturian bioships in an intricate dance of death, exploiting weaknesses that only machine intelligence could identify. Sir, detecting unusual energy signatures from the enemy flagship, Arya warned. They're charging something massive. The Arcturian flagship's hull split open like a blooming flower, revealing a weapon that defied conventional physics. A beam of pure entropy lashed out, aging everything it touched by centuries in seconds. All ships, execute Emergency Protocol Omega. Chen ordered. The human fleet scattered as the beam cut through space, but several vessels were caught in its path, their hulls crumbling to dust. Chen gritted his teeth. Arya, calculate firing solution for the gravity lance. Target their weapon's power source. Captain, at this range, the gravitational backwash could tear us apart. Sometimes the best weapon is the one you're willing to use against yourself, Chen quoted an old Earth military maxim. Execute firing sequence. The Hyperion's gravity lance fired, its beam of compressed spacetime striking the Arcturian flagship precisely where its entropy weapon connected to its power core. The resulting gravitational distortion created a cascade effect through the enemy's bioorganic systems. Enemy flagship is breaking apart, Arya reported. Their fleet is falling into disarray. Chen watched as the massive alien vessel tore itself apart, its own weapon turning inward as gravitational forces twisted its structure. Throughout the battlefield, human ships pressed their advantage, their AI-controlled fighters herding the confused enemy into killing zones. Message from Earth Command, Arya announced. The Arcturus sector has fallen. Their entire defense network was compromised by our cyber warfare division. Chen allowed himself a small smile. While this battle had drawn the Empire's main fleet, human hackers had infiltrated their supposedly organic computer systems. The Arcturians had never considered that their biological technology could be vulnerable to digital warfare. "Launch recovery drones," he ordered. "Save as many enemy survivors as we can. And send word to the colony, Proxima Centauri remains free." As rescue operations began, Chen studied the tactical display showing the broader strategic situation. The Battle of Proxima would be remembered as the turning point, the moment when humanity proved it could not only defend its territory but take the fight to the enemy's doorstep. "Captain," Arya's voice held a note of concern. "Long-range sensors detect unusual activity at the edge of the system. Something is coming through hyperspace, but the signature doesn't match any known species." Chen straightened in his command chair. It seemed the galaxy held more surprises, and humanity's greatest challenges might still lie ahead. The grand chamber of the UES diplomat hummed with tension as Ambassador Maya Patel faced the assembled representatives of 7 alien species. The mysterious ships from the Proxima battle had belonged to the Sylphid Conclave, a confederation of species who had also suffered under Arcturian expansion. "The Empire claimed to uplift us," spoke Krell, the crystalline Sylphid elder. "Instead, they stripped our worlds of resources and reduced us to client states." The holographic display between them showed real-time footage of human forces liberating Sylphid colonies. The Arcturians' supposedly impregnable defenses had crumbled before humanity's unconventional tactics. "We propose more than an alliance," Maya stated, her augmented vocal cords perfectly reproducing each species' harmonic language patterns. "We offer partnership. Earth's military expertise combined with your advanced biotechnology could reshape the galaxy." The Vularians, a species of energy beings, pulsed with interest. "Your quantum weaponry, it's unlike anything we've encountered. How did such a young species master such technology?" "Necessity," Maya replied. "When you spend millennia trying to kill each other, you get very good at finding new ways to do it. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology, it's our drive to overcome any obstacle." A series of holographic projections appeared, showing human innovations that had revolutionized warfare. Quantum entangled communications that couldn't be intercepted. AI systems that could predict enemy movements before they happened. Gravity weapons that could tear apart space itself. The Arcturians believe their biological technology represents the peak of evolution, Maya continued. They never considered that combining synthetic and organic systems could create something greater than either alone. The Meridian representative, a being of pure light, spoke next. "We have watched your battles. Your ships use formations we've never seen, tactics that seem to defy conventional strategy. Because we never forgot our history," Maya explained. "Every human tactic is built on thousands of years of warfare. From ancient Rome's legions to modern space combat, we've learned that the principles of war remain constant, only the technology changes." The chamber erupted in debate as the alien representatives discussed among themselves. Maya waited patiently, knowing that this moment would determine the future of galactic civilization. Finally, Krell spoke for all, "We accept your proposal, Ambassador. The Sylphid Conclave and its allies will join Earth's coalition against the Arcturian Empire." Maya activated her neural link to Earth Command, transmitting the good news. With these new allies, humanity's campaign against the Empire would enter its final phase. But first, they needed to address the elephant in the room. "There's something else you should know," she said gravely. "Our deep space probes have detected unusual activity in Arcturian space. They're tampering with forces they don't understand, desperate to counter our advances." The holographic display shifted to show massive temporal distortions around key Arcturian worlds. In their desperation, the Empire was attempting to manipulate time itself. "Then we must act quickly," the Vularian elder declared. "Our scientists can adapt your quantum technology to counter their temporal weapons." As the coalition members began sharing technology and battle plans, Maya reflected on how far humanity had come. From a single world to the architects of a galactic alliance, all because they had never forgotten the harsh lessons of their warlike past. Admiral Blackwood reports the combined fleet will be ready within the week, her AI assistant whispered through her neural link. The Arcturians won't expect an alliance of this magnitude. Maya smiled. The Empire had thought to divide and conquer the galaxy's species. Instead, they had given them a common enemy, and humanity would give them the means to fight back. The combined fleet of the coalition dropped out of hyperspace above the Arcturian throne world, Primaxis. Admiral Blackwood commanded from the bridge of humanity's newest vessel, the UES Excalibur, as 10,000 ships moved into attack formation. Temporal distortions detected, Arya reported across the fleet's quantum network. They're trying to create time bubbles around their defensive platforms. The Arcturians had weaponized time itself, attempting to age coalition ships into dust or trap them in temporal stasis. But humanity and their allies had prepared for this. Deploy chronoshields, Blackwood ordered. Sylphid crystal technology merged with human quantum engineering created protective fields that normalized temporal flow. All ships, commence Operation Endgame. The battle erupted across multiple dimensions as the coalition unleashed everything they had. Human kinetic weapons and gravity lances struck in concert with Vularian energy beams and Meridian light weapons. Swarms of AI fighters engaged Arcturian bioships in impossible maneuvers. Enemy flagship detected, Captain Chen reported from the Hyperion. Supreme Commander Xylith is personally leading their defense. The same Arcturian who had first threatened Earth now faced the consequences of that fatal mistake. Their mighty empire, built on subjugation and false superiority, crumbled before the combined might of those they had oppressed. Launch the Kronos Protocol, Blackwood commanded. Specialized devices activated across the battlefield, creating a metastable temporal field. Within this field, the coalition fleet could operate freely while Arcturian ships moved in slow motion, their biological technology unable to adapt to the shifting time streams. Their orbital defenses are down, Maya reported from the diplomatic vessel. Ground facilities are requesting terms of surrender. But Supreme Commander Xylith had one final card to play. The Arcturian flagship began to pulse with impossible energy readings as they activated their doomsday weapon, a device capable of accelerating entropy across an entire star system. They'll destroy their own throne world to deny us victory, Chen warned. Not on my watch, Blackwood growled. All ships, execute formation Perseus. The coalition fleet moved with perfect precision, their ships creating a three-dimensional lattice around the Arcturian flagship. Each vessel projected quantum fields that, when combined, formed a containment bubble. Entropy weapon firing. Arya announced. The devastating beam struck the quantum lattice and reflected inward, trapped by the coalition's combined technology. The Arcturian flagship imploded, taking Supreme Commander Xylith with it. As the dust settled, Maya's voice carried across all channels, "Attention Arcturian forces. Your leadership is gone. Your weapons are neutralized. Surrender now, and the coalition offers amnesty and rehabilitation." One by one, the remaining Arcturian ships powered down their weapons. On the throne world below, planetary leaders transmitted their unconditional surrender. Hours later, Blackwood stood in the ancient halls of the Arcturian High Command, now serving as the coalition's temporary headquarters. Representatives from all member species gathered to sign the Primaxis Accords, a new constitution for a united galaxy. The Arcturians thought their biological evolution made them superior, Maya addressed the assembly. They forgot that true strength comes not from technology, but from the will to use it wisely. Humanity didn't survive its violent past by being the strongest, we survived by learning to work together. As the coalition forces began the work of rebuilding, Blackwood received a transmission from Earth. Long-range probes had detected signals from beyond the galaxy's edge. Something was out there, watching. "Ready for another adventure, Admiral?" Maya asked, noting his thoughtful expression. Blackwood smiled. Humanity had found its place among the stars, not as conquerors or subjects, but as defenders of freedom. Whatever waited beyond the galactic rim would find a unified force ready to face any challenge. Send word to Coalition Command, he ordered. Tell them to begin Operation Starbridge. It's time we showed the universe what we can really do. The age of isolation was over. The age of unity had begun.